10 years of Think Speak Films showcase. Before we begin, I would like to apologize to those of you who have seen all of these films already, but I do promise that we have some surprises, thanks to Mystic Marie over there in the orange top. So thank you so much. Not everyone who wants to be here can be here tonight. There's all kinds of things going on, but I would also like to apologize to those of you who were in cast and crew that I don't get to say I love you as often as I should, because movies are a collective thing. So before we go further, if you were a part of anything that has to do with what's going on tonight, please stand right now. So those of you who just stood up, at the end, please come up for the Q&A, and we'll just kind of stand up here. We do have free swag on the table outside, postcards, posters, stickers. You can grab one, you can grab 10, whatever's there while supplies last. We do also have, so if anyone asks a question during Q&A, you will get a film score vinyl and an Oh the Guilt button. Also while supplies last, because I don't have 100 of these, but anyone who asks a question will get one of those. The vinyl is the score from My Name is Art on one side and Oh the Guilt on the other side. Both scores were recorded right here at the UNLV School of Music Recording Studio with Chuck Foley, engineering. So thank you also UNLV School of Music. Just real quick, so what is Think Speak? So Think Speak is essentially a nod to George Orwell's 1984. In the book, there's a lot of not made up words, but words that mean different things. Like, for example, news speak. That essentially, long story short, means government brainwash. You're only speaking what the news has told you. There's double think in the book, which is accepting two mutual ideas or beliefs. So when we were thinking of a name for this production company, Think Speak was our new word. Since Orwell can make up words, we can too, and it's basically like a speak your own mind kind of idea. And that's what we try to do with all of our films. These films essentially are my art. I don't make sculptures or play any instruments, and so this is essentially my art. It's my thoughts on the world, and it's not a complete cross-section of 10 years. There are some things that aren't on here, but 74 minutes is pretty good. So tonight you're going to see the big screen premiere of The Doomed Shortcut, which was written by Professor Sean Clark. I was talking to him one day, and I was talking about a project that was kind of going south and wasn't going anywhere, and I was kind of disgruntled, and he said, "Oh, well, I've got a short script." I was like, "Oh, really? Yeah. And it takes place in FDH. That's the building we're in right now." And I was like, "Yeah, give it to me," right? And so, of course, for those of you that know Sean Clark in Sean Clark fashion, it came over in a TXT file. And it was amazing. I was like, it's simple. We don't have to mess with production design because this building looks like it's from Planet of the Apes, right? So it was like perfect. And we did it as a gimmick, right? So the reason we shot it is we shot it on an iPhone 13 Pro Max. So can cinematic mode compare with the $100,000 cameras? And you'll just have to be the judge for yourself. The Crystal Crypt, which we're going to watch tonight, turns 10 in 2023. So the fun thing for you tonight is that for the past 10 years, people have watched the film at festivals, online. We had a direct TV contract for a minute. But there was a few things that always bugged me about it. Color correction being one, and just certain things in a scene that didn't play out right. So what you're gonna watch tonight is my finally approved, recolor corrected Crystal Crypt. The Crystal Crypt also, once this is done, so this is a one-of-a-kind crocheted Martian, like
Wow.
Officer Clark. You can hold them, but you can't have them. There's only one in the world. And that was a part of, we did a Crystal Crypt art show downtown a few years ago, and that was one of the items, and I had to buy it. But we also have the prop that was the actual Martian city that's also on the posters outside. Also, you cannot take this home, but real quick story about this. So I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew that the Crystal Crypt, even though it was a Philip K. Dick story, I wanted it to have a Twilight Zone feel. So this was 2013. I found this guy on Etsy that makes wedding cake toppers that look like Wizard of Oz. And so I basically emailed him and I go, hey, can you add like a gate and some stairs and maybe add a satellite dish to this thing? And he was like, oh yeah, I can do that. And he just charged me the same price that a wedding would pay for a cake topper. And this thing, it's just so cute. It's so amazing. So anyway, so that's the actual prop that we used in the Crystal Crypt. What we're gonna see is a collection of films, and we're gonna go chronological. So we're gonna start with the one that we shot in this building back in May, and then we're gonna go down the line. Coincidentally and accidentally, as we watch the films, hey, what's up, guys? As we watch the films, not only are they going back in time, but accidentally, coincidentally, the size of the crews will get larger. So you're gonna kind of see that in the production value. Doom Shortcut was 3 crew members, right? Yeah. And Crystal Crypt was 45. So you're gonna kind of see that. Also budget sizes. So the Doom Shortcut was a couple $100, and the Crystal Crypt killed my wallet at $25,000. But without further ado,